Hey guys, I talked to two friends of mine, one in Germany and one in the Philippines. Um, Both asked me to do this video, and it's about empaths and hypersensitive and open people, and some people that don't even know what's going on. The energy on the planet, I mean, we're shifting so much right now. Excuse me, let me fix my hair. We are shifting so much right now as a planet, and the vibration of the planet's rising. And there's all this fear coming up, and a lot of people are absorbing the fear and they don't know what to think, and they keep plugging into these different things. It doesn't matter really what you believe politically. It's really important to go above all of that and disconnect from all of it, disconnect from all the fears. And that's where we're going. And that's why this energy, it's pushing it, pushing it, and pushing it, where we can actually go, oh my God, we got to let this go. Otherwise it's going to really, really affect you. And if you are being super affected by the fear and absorbing all the energy of the planet, I want to help you let that go. Okay. Because it's not your job to absorb this. This is your job to disconnect from it and to totally let it go. It's not your job. Do you know what you do when you worry or you're in fear or you're listening to all the separation programs? You know what you do? You feed it and you make it more powerful. So if you're focusing on the fear of what's going on in the planet or the lack or the limitations or anything else you're plugging into, you're feeding that energy. And when you feed that energy grows. It's like the elder, the grandson comes to the grandpa and says, which dog will win, the fear or the love, right? And he says, whichever dog you feed will be the winner. That'll be the strongest. It's the same thing with this energy. It's so, 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 so important not to go into fight energy, not to go into people are wrong energy. No judgment about people and their belief systems, because when you do, you feed that energy. You do. And I have the opportunity to have a lot of people around me that believe differently than I do, and to realize, just to allow them to totally have their belief systems, whatever they are, and not judge them for it, to completely and totally let it go, without needing to be their judge, their jury, to make them wrong, to teach them my side or my belief systems. Really, what's becoming with me is my belief systems, is I'm rising above all of it. I'm not connecting to any of it. I'm not judging either side. I'm not reading anything to do with anything that spreads fear, because there's one fear program after another that's coming out right now, and it's everywhere. Everywhere you look, people are in fear and throwing their fear at you. You can't buy into it. You've got to let it go. You've got to step back and know that you are part of God, and you're the creator of your world, and you're the creator of yourself and your life experiences. And when you really, really realize that, you can let go of all the fear and know everything's going to be fine. And focus on everything being fine. Focus on everything being fine within you. Don't worry about family. Don't worry about friends. Send them love. Don't send them worry. And anytime you hear anything that puts fear in you, or you think you're going to lose your life, or you're going to die, or the economy's totally going to collapse, and we're all good, this is going to happen to us, and that's going to happen to us, and blah, 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 you're feeding all of that energy. It's so important to be coming into conscious creation and choosing our thoughts and choosing where we put our energy and choosing what we feed, what we eat. Like they say, your body is what you eat. Well, it's the same thing with your thoughts. You are what your thoughts are. So if your thoughts are on all this fear, then that's what you are. You're living in fear. And that puts your body in fight mode. You know what that does to your body when you're in fight mode? I mean, all war is inside. It all comes from within you. See my incense going across the screen. I'm watching it. It all comes from within you. We are the creators of this world. We really, really are. Nobody's going to come and save us. This is up to us to do. It's up to all of us. And it's all an inside job. It's only two things. There's fear or there's love. Where are you living your life? What percentage of your life is in fear versus in love? What percentage? Where are you feeding that line? You know, look at that. Ask yourself today how much of your life is spent in fear versus how much of your life spent in love. Because that's all you got to focus on, truly. I mean, if you want to live in a world of peace, joy, happiness, abundance, and health for all you have to do is focus on the love within you. Being able to love, honor, respect yourself, and be loyal to yourself. When you can do that, you can do that for everybody. This is an inside job. It really, really is. And you can't absorb the fear of the planet. What good is that going to do anybody if you're shutting yourself down? That means you're feeding the wrong dog. You're feeding the wrong energy. You're plugging into the wrong energy. Don't do that. Disconnect from it. It's so important to disconnect from all of that energy and see love in everything with zero judgment towards yourself or anybody else. So what percentage are you plugged into love, and what percentage of your day is plugged into fear? 90% of your day in fear. You're worried about the economy. You're worried about the virus. You're worried about dying. You're worried about your family. You're worried about your country. You're worried. What do you think you're creating? If you said more things to worry about, you're right. Where if you're focusing on love, like looking at the trees and going, God, these trees are so beautiful. Oh, look at the lovely birds that are showing up, you know, or look at this beautiful piece of fruit I get to have. Oh, this is so tasty. That's what I'm talking about, love. You know, when you look at images of the beaches or the rivers and the trees, see that love, or animals. Focus on love. You know what I do? I sometimes go to YouTube and I'll watch like American Idol or whatever, where somebody's getting the golden buzzer, you know? God, I just love that. Watching that, the experience they're going through, and what a beautiful experience it is for everybody. That's where I put my energy, is watching silly things like that. But is it silly? Because I'm watching people win. I'm watching them celebrate. I'm watching the love and the joy and the happiness and the excitement. And it's so cool to share that with them, to see that with them, you know, and have that experience. That's where we got to put our days. There's no war to fight. There's no dark to light. It all just is, and it's all within us. And whatever happens on this planet, it's up to us. There's a lot of false idols out there telling you to believe this and telling you to believe that. And they're keeping you in fear. They're keeping you in war, and they're keeping you in the fight. And they're telling you things to believe. And some of them, you know, the aliens, they're bringing in all the messages from the aliens for them because they're going to save you. The Christians are all about Jesus is going to come and save you. Come on, you guys. This is up to us. It's completely up to us. This is our world. We are in charge. And if you put any fight out there, you have fight in here. So anytime you want to judge anybody, criticize anybody, attack anybody for their belief systems, or make them wrong and try to make them wake up, even putting the energy of trying to wake people up is still a fight energy. Stop trying to wake people up. Doesn't matter where they are on their video game. Some people are on level 1, some people are on level 2. It's all about just expanding wherever you are. Quit judging yourself by how other people are, versus where you are. Just be you. And the more you work on you, peace, love, joy, and happiness, the more you create it in your world. It just starts showing up more and more and more and more. So feed the love, feed the joy, feed the happiness, feed the abundance. Okay, now I want to run some energy with you, okay? I connect to God energy, source energy, universal energy, whatever you want to call it. It's the highest source energy. And I just invite you to go into your heart or wherever and just think about any fears or judgments you have going on about the world and the need to fight and being in fear of dying and all of economic collapse, whatever that is for you. I invite you to focus on that right now. And what's going to happen is this energy is going to start clearing it now. And it's going to continue working with you over the next few days, even the next few weeks, shifting these belief systems, okay? So focus on whatever that is, and let's get started. And as I'm doing this, I'm mostly silent. You might feel the energy, you might not. It doesn't matter. Just focus on whatever that is for you. Clearing the need to take on any of the energy or the fears that are releasing on this planet right now. Just seeing it go straight to source energy. Just keep allowing that energy to release. I want you to think about the one fear thought that you connect in every day, whatever that is. Just allow that to come in right now. I'm going to run this activation called polar opposites or deactivation. It's what it's going to do is clear basically like the neuron lines in the brain because they become like a freeway, those thoughts. So we're going to erase that, okay? So you don't have to have it anymore. We're clearing the same thing like in the ley lines of the planet. the neuron lines of the collective consciousness, just seeing that energy shift. So old programs just disappearing. Just breathe. Now I want to add some new neuron lines. So think about peace, love, joy, happiness, abundance, and health. Peace, love, joy, happiness, abundance, and health. Or you can just think about love. Let's add that in. Peace, love, joy, happiness, abundance, health. Woohoo! Let's activate that program. Watch it expand through the world. Peace, love, joy, happiness, abundance, health. In whatever way you want to state it. Just bringing it in. Connecting. Expanding. Thank you. My name is Tamra Oviatt.